If you're an online coach or you're an aspiring online coach, pay attention. I am going to break down in this clip 3 things that you need to focus on to close 90% more deals. What that means is that when you create content online, when you're putting your message out in the world, you're talking about your experience and how you want to help people or how you're currently helping people, you're going to get individuals reaching out. We call them leads, right? You're going to have leads coming in, whether it's through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, it doesn't matter. Then you need to get very good and develop this skill set where you convert those leads into paying customers or clients, okay? That pathway from content into the DMs onto a sales call is a 7, 8, 9-figure skill set. If you master this skill set, you'll be able to make a massive impact. You'll be able to consistently grow your business, generate more revenue month over month, year over year, and you will be able to scale long term. If you fail to streamline and master this skill set, you're always going to be struggling. You're always going to be feeling low because you're hearing no on those sales calls. You're not having enough leads get on those calls with you, and you're not going to be able to sustain your online business. You guys, check it out. There has never been a more opportunistic time to be an online coach than right now. Going into 2024, people are finally starting to recognize that the value in online coaching, in virtual coaching, and having a coach in another state that can still help you to get results, and having a coach in another country that you can still build an emotional connection with, that you still feel motivated and inspired by. So it starts with your content. Your content needs to speak to your clients, your prospects' pain points, their emotions, right? You have to get good at crafting and articulating your message. Then when you do, and they reach out to you and they basically show you they're interested, you have to know how to navigate and handle that relationship or handle that conversation in order to turn them from someone who's interested in your product or service or interested in the content you're putting out to paying you to get coached by you, and they're all in to follow your guidance and mentorship. So in this clip, I want to break down 3 things that you need to focus on to close 90% more people on those sales calls in 2024. 3 steps that you could focus on right now that you have to master in order to close at a 90% higher rate than you currently are. The first thing is emotion. Okay, this starts with your content, like I said, but then when you get somebody on a call, whether it's on Zoom or on the phone, don't just go through these surface level questions. If you're a fitness coach, don't just ask them how much weight they want to lose, what they're currently eating, and then try to race to the close, right? Where you tell them about your program and try to sign them up. They're not gonna feel like you're really invested in them when you do that. And it's much easier for them to give you objections. But if you take the time in your content initially, okay, then on those calls to dig a little deeper and to trigger emotional pain points and to provide a safe space on those calls for them to open up and talk about things they're struggling with. Oftentimes, these individuals will show emotion. They might cry. They might express emotion on the phone. They're talking about how, they're overweight, but it's really affecting their confidence. It's affecting their marriage. It's affecting their ability to be patient around their kids. It's affecting their ability to be confident in their business. Whatever it is, you have to learn to dig deeper. So the first thing I want to highlight is emotion. When you get individuals on a sales call, don't just settle for the first answer that they give you. Whether it's mindset coaching, fitness coaching, finance coaching, relationship coaching, what you want to do is peel back the layers and really understand why that thing is affecting them so much. So if it's weight loss, for instance, and they're telling you, yeah, man, I want to lose 40 pounds. Okay, cool, John. Why 40 pounds? Why specifically 40 pounds, bro? Oh, back in high school, I was 180. Right now, I'm 220, 225. And I just felt so much better when I was at 180. Okay. And then I wouldn't just go to the next question. I'd ask him, well, okay, man, what was different about how you felt back in high school, on a personal level, and how you're feeling right now? And then they're going to start telling you about things that are unrelated to the actual weight. They're going to tell you about how when they were in high school, they just had so much more energy, so much more confidence. They weren't scared to talk to girls. They weren't scared to go after what they wanted in life. But now that they've let their physique decline and they're gaining this weight, they don't feel that same spark. They don't feel that same certainty in themselves. And what I have always done on my calls is I don't just end there. I continue to find out, how that feeling they're experiencing is affecting their marriage, their business, their relationships, other important areas of their life. So that one question about weight loss can turn into a 30, 40-minute call where they tell you about how they're struggling in their marriage, they're struggling with self-talk, with mental health, with confidence, how they're not able to be the best father or parent they want to be. They're going to give you a bigger picture and help you to find a deeper understanding to those issues that they're going through. It's going to paint a picture for their entire life. And now what you've done is you've gone from being merely a fitness coach to somebody who can help them transform some very important areas of their life. So now the value of your product is already going to be going up, right? But not just that, by you providing the safe space and allowing them to talk and open up, there's a trust factor that's built. There's trust in you. They start to feel trust in you, connected to you, because you're listening to them and you're guiding them through this conversation. Anytime there's emotion involved, it's going to increase the likelihood that they take action and sign up with you. If you don't get them to tap into this emotion and express, these fears they have, these insecurities, these low points that they're experiencing in life, they're less likely to commit at the end of the call. So the first one is you got to tap into the emotion. You got to ask why 5, 10 different times in different ways to get them to really open up and express themselves. Okay. Now, the second thing that you need to have in place is multiple offers. So when you have these leads coming in from Instagram and Facebook and social media, if you just have one offer and they say no, you have nothing else to provide for them, no other offer, right? But if you have a high ticket, a mid ticket, and a low ticket, or you have a high ticket offer, which is like one-on-one coaching with you, where they get direct access to you, which is a more premium and expensive offer. And then if they say no, you have a lower ticket offer, which is like a group coaching model where you put all your clients on one call per week and you talk to everyone at the same time. Now, if they don't have the finances or they don't feel like committing to the one-on-one commitment or the higher ticket offer, you have something else that you can share with them that they're more likely to commit to. So let's say your high ticket offer is $15K for 6 months to work directly with you, okay? To get your coaching, your personal phone number, texts, voice notes, all the stuff that they need to stay on track and accountable, and any courses or resources you provide, right? And they can't afford that. Well, your group coaching model is going to offer the same resources, the same support and accountability, but not directly from you every day or every week. You're going to be supporting everyone in a group, so they get access to the weekly group call check-ins certain times per week from you or another coach you're working with. Now they're still getting a lot of value and they're not going to have to pay that $15K. Maybe that's $5K for 6 months, right? It's a fraction of the cost. So you need to have multiple offers. When you get someone on the phone, they should never get off that call without joining you in your coaching program. This leads to my third point. Don't give up on them. Either you are going to sell them on how your product is going to change their life, how your coaching is what they need, or they're going to sell you on their excuses. And I see this happen so many times with other coaches I'm mentoring, people who are working for me in my coaching program. They let someone off the hook. They let them get off the phone without making a commitment. And I tell them this all the time. Man, you didn't fight for them. You let them sell you on their fears and insecurities versus you coaching them through that moment and helping them to have a breakthrough to see why taking action is the best thing for them right now. Here's the thing, you're gonna hear no more than you hear yes on sales calls. Being able to handle objections and fight for those individuals is what you need to do as a coach. If you really believe in your ability to change people's lives, if you really believe that you have a gift, a message, knowledge, information that can help people increase and improve the quality of their lives, how could you ever let them get off the phone without making a commitment? It's because you give up on them. You give up on them and you let them sell you on why they can't versus you helping them to see how they can. And that's what a good coach does, and that's what a master closer will do. They will never take no and accept it. They will never believe in an objection or a limitation somebody on the phone gives them. They will always find ways to shift the individual's perspective and help them to understand why moving forward is always going to be the best action for them. Why saying no, thinking about it, or waiting is never going to serve them. So this is something that comes through repetition. The more calls that you get on, the more that you start to understand human psychology, you're gonna see patterns in people's behavior. You're gonna see the same patterns in the way they make decisions or the way they try to make excuses. And it's gonna be really easy to call them out and help them to understand why that decision-making process is exactly why they're stuck. And if they want to change their life, there has to be a different way of thinking and different actions in order to create different results. You start to paint the picture of who they've lived as and why that's gotten them to this point. And if they want to create those new results and reach that new level in life, they have to start changing the way they think and operate. So you need to create a breakthrough for them right there on the call. And you tell them, look, man, I'm going to coach you through this. This is what I do. I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to fight for you every step of the way by your side, but I need you to recognize and understand that the way you've made decisions to this point is not serving you. And if you continue to think about it or wait, you're more likely to have doubt, you're more likely to have insecurities, and you're probably going to talk yourself out of it. That's probably why you haven't taken action to change X, Y, and Z, whatever it is you're helping them with to this point. Now, what you have to recognize is changing your life, getting these results, making this adjustment starts with the way you think and your decision making. So everything that you do from this point forward, all your thoughts, all your actions have to align to that person you want to be, has to align to those outcomes that you want in your life. Don't you see that? 9 times out of 10, that registers with them. You help them to create a shift in their perspective right then and there, and they see even more value in you. And they love you because of it, because they know that you're fighting for them. They know that you're not just trying to get their money, that you really care about them. And here's the last thing I want to touch on. When you really believe in your product, when you really believe that you can change lives and what you offer is immensely valuable, like it's invaluable, everyone in the world needs it, you will never let somebody get off a call without committing to your coaching program. If you do, it's either because you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in your product enough, or you don't really care about people. If you really care about people and you want to change the world like I do, you want to have a massive impact on millions of lives, how could you ever get on a call with somebody and let them leave that call without joining you on your mission? It's because you don't really care. So I'm calling you out. If you want to be an elite coach in 2024, you have to master these principles, but you have to pour your heart and soul into your craft and really make sure that people know how much you care. This starts on your content. This starts on that process in the DMs, getting them onto a call, and then on the call, showing them you care by listening, asking important questions, and guiding them to make a decision that will change their life for the better, not keep them stuck. If you want to be the best version of yourself as a coach, as a leader, as an influencer, and somebody making massive impact in 2024, this is the way it's done. I also have an ebook called The Unstoppable Influence Blueprint that will teach you everything about sales, marketing, and social media mastery. There's going to be a link down below. If you watch this video all the way through, you're going to get it absolutely free. So make sure to go ahead and download my free ebook and implement those steps